Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, as well as career and finances. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? So as I was tapping in, right, while I was shuffling, I saw a prophetic vision of a masculine energy. All right, a man in a shower, or a man taking a shower. Okay, let's tap in and see what this energy is about. We have the High Priestess here. We have the Tower. We have the Eight of Pentacles here. And then we have the Eight of Wands. So this energy that I'm channeling, right, also based on what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a masculine energy that has been in the 5D energy a lot, right? I'm seeing a man that has been spending a lot of time in the fifth dimension, okay? And with that being said, this means that this man has been experiencing a lot of supernatural, spiritual things, all right? In life, there's a lot of levels to things that we go through, things that we feel, things that we think, things that we experience, right? And therefore, the level that this man has been experiencing, the 5D, the fifth dimension, is a very high level, right? With this High Priestess to the Tower. It's like almost to the point where I'm seeing like a ripple rapid effect happening in this man's DNA, like based on the frequency at which they're in and out of the fifth dimension, in and out of the fifth dimension. It's like they're traveling within worlds. They're in this world, which is their world, their reality, and then they all of a sudden find themselves in the fifth dimension, right? But the gateway or the key, the door that leads them there is your energy, is what I'm seeing here, right? It's like you give them or grant them access to the fifth dimension with regards to something that is going on within this man, something that they haven't addressed, something that they haven't even spoken about to anybody, even themselves, right? This man is experiencing something within themselves whereby they find themselves going through episodes of deep yearning, deep desire, deep fantasy. The depiction of the shower that came to me prophetically within a vision as I was tapping in and shuffling with regards to the energy was based on that, like that episode energy where this man, they find themselves in that state of being whereby they have all these desires, these fantasies, and these thoughts and emotions that go hand in hand with the desires and the fantasies, right? And all of that creates a world of its own within this man. And all of this is towards you or based on what they are going through internally with regards to you. The mere fact that this man has yet to address what they're dealing with within themselves, it's like God is wanting me to address the fact that we live in a time, we live in a world, we live in an era of life where a lot of things that people go through, everything that we go through, it's hard and rare to have someone you connect with enough to express them or feel comfortable enough to even dive in within yourself, to feel it, to think it, to experience it, right? Because the world is so loud, the voice of the world, the voice of the people around us, the voice of our environment, the voice of our obligations and responsibilities, the voice of everything else outside of us as people, outside of you as a person. And in this instance, the voices surrounding this man are so much louder than the voice that is of their own. So this is based on their own personal thoughts, personal emotions, you know, their own personal feelings and stuff like that, right? Their own personal things that they experience. They don't have room or the space to express them, to experience them, to feel them, to think them, to just allow themselves to go through it. This man doesn't feel safe enough in their world, their reality, their life to be on that. So every single thing that this man experiences with this high priestess energy coming out first, it's all internalized. It's within a world of their own inside. Now with the tower following the high priestess here, these are double major arcanas. So this is a serious, deep message based on a deep impact you have towards a man or with regards to a specific masculine energy, right? Their internal world based on what we've established, their personal thoughts, personal emotions and feelings going hand in hand with the personal desires, personal passions, personal fantasies, right? But in this message, we are basing it, not generalizing it. We are basing it on what they are going through internally, that same inner world, right? That they don't share with anyone because they don't feel safe enough to. That same inner world, there's a way in which this man is experiencing you. And it's almost consuming this man for some reason. We'll tap in further to the energy and see what's going on here. Okay? So going back to the energy we established where this man has been spending a lot of time in the 5D, right? The fifth dimension. The way this has been happening, there have been, as we've established, there's been spiritual and supernatural experiences that this man has been going through. This is definitely a man that the two narratives are as follows. This man could be unfamiliar with spirituality or the journey of a spiritual being, like example, awakenings, telepathic communication, chakras, things of that nature. The second narrative could be that this man, they know about all these things, they just not tapped in, or they don't have an ability within themselves to even comprehend and understand the things that they know already. It doesn't mean because you know you understand, right? You can know and not understand. So with that being said, beloved, we have Pisces, we have Scorpio, we have Virgo, and we have Sagittarius energy here. We have the Ace of Cups right underneath the High Priestess energy. This is really deep here. Whatever this man is going through within himself is something that is very deep. And for him to obviously be experiencing it fifth dimensionally, for him to be experiencing the spiritual and supernatural things that he's experiencing, this is like really deep here. Okay. So this is based on your identity, beloved, and how your identity can be perceived by many people in different ways. To someone, you are this. To another, you are that. To this person, they see you within this way. To that person, they see you within that way. So this is perspectives and how they influence and impact people based on your energy and how your energy is perceived, and therefore how it impacts the next person. In this instance, it's this masculine that we are taking a look at within this message for you here. So with this Ace of Cups energy, right, this depiction shows a big cup that I can vividly see the water in it. Or in this instance, for this message, it's not water that I'm seeing, it's liquor. All right, it's a lot of liquor, because this is also a big cup, symbolic to the way in which this man tends to indulge in liquor. And you know that liquor puts you in a different, it's like it's not you when you are under the influence of liquor. Another version of you comes out. Liquor, back ages ago, it was used as a form of medication, right? Alcohol was referred to as spirit, literally. And if you look at it in its symbolic aspect, it's a reference point. That name is a reference point to that split of identities when you are in or under the influence of that substance, where you don't even feel like yourself, you don't think the same way as well. It's like even your spirit therefore is not in alignment the way it should be, because you start to think in ways that you wouldn't think if you were not under this influence of this substance. You start to feel in a way that you wouldn't feel if you were not under the influence of the substance. Ever see people saying, oh my God, I was drunk and I ended up texting this person after a year of not even talking to them? It's like that spirit, and like it controls you, like, which is the crazy thing about, liquor and alcohol. It has a world of its own within you once you create a relationship with it, whatever the relationship is. If you sip it, it's going to take control of you somehow. So this There's a type of masculine energy that's always sourced, meaning they're always under the influence of liquor, right? And keep in mind what we've already established about liquor. And the fact that this man, on top of that, has been going through spiritual and supernatural experiences. That combination can really, it can be deadly to the mind, deadly to the heart, if there isn't a awareness of what they're going through, or if they don't understand what they're going through. So that's what I'm saying, like something is really deep here. It's like all of a sudden this man, that when they used to get drunk or they used to just remain sourced 24/7, it was nothing. It was like, yeah, like that's what they, it's like, yeah, they used to be happy, or it used to just work for them. But now it's a trigger, like that very same thing they used to indulge in every day, and just it was what it was, it is what it is. It's becoming a trigger. It puts them in a place that they don't want to be in within themselves. It's no longer an escape. You get it? So now this man, whatever they're dealing with within themselves with regards to you, is about love with this Ace of Cups, right? Amongst other things, this is about love here. And it's crazy because I was just watching a documentary, you guys. But in specific, I'm being called to not dive deep as to what it was about and whatever. But there was something that was said, that very same thing that was said, I'm channeling it up from this message, where this person who the documentary was about stated that for a long time he could not say the word love based on trauma, right? So coming back to the message itself, here you are dealing with a man that is in the same predicament. There is something so deep that they are undergoing within themselves, and they don't understand it because it's in relation to love. This man doesn't know what love is. You know, it's as if this man either was raised without love in his reality, or they disassociate from love because they haven't found anybody who has activated it within them. Or both those narratives could be true. Take it how it resonates based on what you know about this man. We have the audience performance energy. We have the audience performance card. Okay? When this man is sourced, when they're under the influence, which is daily, like it's like how we all have a daily routine. Maybe you like your coffee, or you just like your water. You know, everybody has, you just like your Starbucks. Everybody has their own thing that they like, you know what I'm saying? And we just be tapped in, and that's just what we do. Whatever it could be, doesn't even have to be based on anything crazy, right? Or anything, just by crazy I mean anything deep, just something that you just develop a relationship with, which I feel like that's what was happening with this man. When they were indulging in alcohol, they tapped into it. It was just it was superficially based, it was not deep. But it's becoming like that for this man because of where that alcohol takes them within themselves. It's no longer the escape from the reality and the voices around him that are louder than the ones of his own. It's now like it's taking him to a different dimension here. This alcohol is taking this man to the fifth dimension. They have no idea that it's this alcohol that enables these. That's the thing about like being under any substance. Like you are tapped in somewhere else than if you were conscious in a sober way. Your sobriety is, it keeps you in one dimension, but your experience with the substance, any substance, within this regard, obviously it's just alcohol, it's liquor, but any substance, it takes you somewhere else. That's why people love it, or some people hate it because of that, right? So this man is not conscious enough within himself because they've been tapped into liquor and alcohol for a while, a long time in their life, and it wasn't what it is now. So it's not clicking. They're not processing it with the logic that maybe it's this substance that keeps making me wander off to this place within myself, and I keep finding myself feeling these things, thinking this way, and my spirit is also like, and it's all about love. But they on top of that, it's all about love. Remember, this man don't know what love is. They have not experienced it or had someone activated within them before. Plus this liquor and where it's taken him. So this man, right? Like, this man is not the type of man that is short of suitors or prospects or just potential lovers. They have many options, or plenty options, or several options rather. It's not about that for this man. It's about, it's like how this man's logic works is like there is always someone that is keen or eager to be with them in terms of a relationship. For whatever reason, that person is drawn to this man. This man already knows that like they can get who, they can be with who, and it's like, yeah, but like I don't want that. This man is more so interested, and it's like that's the thing. It's based on fantasy, desire, passion, and love, where this man, because of who they are, they never thought that something was possible to be manifested, to be called in within their reality. And this is with regards to true love, the feeling of true love for another person. They never thought they would ever experience that within their reality, so they always shut it out within themselves. We have the Two of Pentacles here. We have double Pisces energy. We have double Scorpio energy. We have Cancer. We have Virgo energy. We have Leo energy. And lastly, we also have Taurus energy here. So this man, when at first they thought something that they were dealing with within themselves with regards to you or towards you was just like attraction, or was based on attraction. You know, you find someone attractive and you have all these mushy gooey things going on inside, or even butterflies, or it's a crush, or it's just, this man had a superficial way of looking at what they were dealing with within themselves with regards to you. But now it's like, because they haven't cracked it yet, it's still there. Like an analogy, what I mean by that, right? I want to give you an analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example. By what I mean when I say because they haven't cracked it yet, it's still there. You know, when you figure out something within yourself that maybe it was based on trauma, and something that you realize about that traumatic circumstance breaks you free from the trauma. And it could even be about anything else, maybe a false reality that you were living in, and you awaken to the truth of it, and it breaks you out of that paradigm. You know, you feel me? Do you get it? So coming back to the generalization of this message, think about that analogy, that reference point, that case study, that example when it comes to the situation with this man where they haven't cracked the fact that like they're in love here. They're in love with you. So this man is just like another attraction. Yes, they see the difference in you in comparison to other energies they've dealt with, or other energies of people like the potential lovers and prospects and just suitors that we've established, but it's still not clicking. It's like this man, clearly the people that they've been with before, it's been a different experience. Like it was not anything special to this man. They always walked into relationships with the mindset or the heart space of like, let's see, maybe it'll be what I want it to be. We'll see where it leads. I'm not having any expectations. Let's do it. You know what I mean? And it would be what it is, and then it will end, because it would never really be what activates love inside of him. Like I feel like this man, there's a problem they have where they don't recognize love, or they haven't experienced love. And it's because they haven't experienced anyone who has taken them to that place within themselves. See, you can't force love onto anyone. You can go above and beyond for a person, but if they don't have it within them to love you, you are just someone going above and beyond for a person, and it ends at that, or it means nothing because of that. But what's happening with this man here is this whole experience that they're going through within themselves, that is spiritual and supernatural, right? And it is kind of even changing them or leading them to feel things that they've never felt and think in ways they've never thought of. It's because you've just broken this man into a different dimension. You've broken him out of an old paradigm. Remember that that analogy, that reference point, that case study, that example I just gave. This man, they haven't processed the fact that you've done that. Like to them, they're not seeing that, like they're in a new reality with regards to their emotions, their thoughts, and their spirit. And it's all because of love. Love is a very, 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 very powerful spirit. Love is paying some celebrities bills right now because they fans just love their music. Love is making someone a billionaire now because everybody loves iPhones. Do you get it? Like it's just something that you can't control, which is what this man is going through. They are not in control right now. Hence it's spiritual, hence it's supernatural. We have the Three of Pentacles here. This man is sick of old experiences. They're sick of old energies, and they're not realizing that it's all because they're inside a new paradigm. They're inside a new dimension. All right. Whatever they've taken from the 5D has brought them forth into a new reality. And back to what we established, that you are the gateway, you are the key, and it's because of the love this man has for you. Someone is in love with you here. We have the Three of Swords. They're so in love that it hurts to reflect back on anyone else that they've been with, or anyone else that is showing interest in them in that way, because this man, they don't think about, nah, I want you to think about the fact that this man, they've not experienced anything like this before. The word love, they can't even say it. Even if they do to the next person, it's just to get them off their back. Like, yeah, I love you, you know. They like hearing that anyway. That's what this man be on. Like, my ear just rang when I said that. But it's not real. It's not of substance or value. It's not original. It's not authentic. It's not true. It's hurting this man to even want to be with anyone right now. Like, they don't think anything's gonna work out. Like, they keep finding themselves traveling to you within the 5D. And if this man doesn't tap in and actually come towards you in the way that they should, or at least address what's really the problem, not a problem, but what's really going on within themselves, the problem would be the fact that they can't even recognize love. It's like a new world for them because they've never even experienced it. They need to address that. They need to break through and actually, by breaking through, they tap into the true consciousness of the fact that they're in love. Is truly just that. I'm being called to end this message here. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, as well as career and finances. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.